I have started.
Well, press start then.
No, I have. We've begun this episode.
Just press start.
I did that thing.
No, seriously press start.
No, that button says stop now because we've begun the episode.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is good.
ANIMUS.
ANIMUS.
That intro's still really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
So it's the mood.
Yeah. I think one thing that I think we've over-egged skits. Because I feel like there's a lot of pressure for the skits. That was not as subtle as you thought it was. No, we're not stopping. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 5. Holy shit, this is episode 5. Which makes it the 6th episode.
Yeah, because someone had to do one on his own.
Yeah, I figured, what are people in it for?
You.
It's this guy, so why not just have something they can go back to? Although, you did threaten to kick me off last week.
Yeah, because you were a dick
Yeah.
about the greatest band. Okay, let's not fuck about. Nickelback are a great band. It's not funny anymore.
Okay, so my issue with Nickelback is I think the issue that most people have. Like, I'm not musical, so I can't do the whole well, they only play like power chords or 3 chords or whatever. I can't do that. What I can do is they had like one album and they put singles out from it for like my entire teenage life. Like, when I found out that Photograph and Rockstar were from the same fucking disc, I was like, what, you mean that band that used to be out when I was like a kid? What are you...
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
this round.
yeah, like, I appreciate the fact that it's radio rock and it was done as singles, and it's the case that they basically put out an album as a best of before they even did any other songs. I get that, but like...
It's just a great band.
What's great about them?
The songs?
Yeah, like, give me something. Give me the appeal. What is it that makes you go like, fuck, trad?
Trad.
Kresna is the best. What is it that makes Chad Kroeger up there with the likes of my boy Trent Reznor, who's my boy canonically, not yours?
How have you put those two in the same sentence?
You're on Chad's side. I'm on Trent's side. Compare our artists. Why is yours better?
Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm not sitting here and talking about why Nickelback are great.
Why do you think they're better than Nine Inch Nails? Why do you, John, canonically prefer Nickelback to Nine Inch Nails?
If you guys can't hear this is the sound of me lifting my jumper up to reveal
What are you wearing?
Nine Inch Nails t-shirt.
Oh my, that says Joy Division.
Fucking what? Yeah, I thought you were going to see the N-I and be like, it's a fucking Nickelback t-shirt. It's not a Nickelback t-shirt.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, Rockstar and Photograph were dog shit. They're all sofa adverts.
Okay, but they are like that DFS. Is it DFS that if the sale ever ends, then that's a sign of the apocalypse? Is that the one?
Yeah, it only ends when the world does.
Okay. So, but the sofa ad songs are the songs that everyone knows. They're their billboards. All their songs are billboard songs, but they're big songs. So how can you renounce the writings of Chad on his two biggest tracks?
No. How You Remind Me's got to be bigger than Photograph or Rockstar.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Photograph's a meme anyway.
It is. Look at this graph. So you reckon How You Remind Me is a
Let's go
bigger
to
hit?
Spotify. Let's go to Spotify.
Okay, so you reckon more plays on this How You Remind Me than on Rockstar?
It's How You Remind Me, basically.
I'm sorry. It's just so complicated.
Oh, look at that.
All right.
Oh,
What?
shit.
Go on.
So Photograph's not even on there.
Oh, fuck off.
100%. It's not in their top 5.
Okay, we got.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
What do you reckon has more?
Well, based on your reaction, I think you might have won.
Okay. Well, you're not wrong. So Rockstar comes in at an astonishing...
Go on.
180,594,048 streams.
And that's from like 20 people who are avid fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those TV sets it was on. Because that's how Spotify works.
Yeah.
How You Remind Me, 318,292,000.
I want
300.
I want an average plays per day based on when it was released. Are you trying to get us fucking like demonetized from that? Like all our sponsors will leave.
Yes, you will.
How does it work? Because I'm gonna level with you. I don't really understand. Like we're doing a podcast. I understand how to record something and put it in the internets, but what I don't understand is how it works in terms of, say we did decide we're going to put a whole Nickelback song in the middle of this. Not that we would not do.
We might do.
No, we would not. But if we did, what would happen next? Would they take our money that we're not making? How does this work?
I don't know. I have no idea how it works.
Do we get a call from Chad just like, no, stop it?
Maybe he's got my number.
Yeah, it's just like, excuse me, may I remind you that this is one of my songs? No,
not that one.
No, okay. I just
662,000 followers on Instagram. I'm not trying to say that that's massive or anything.
Do you think he's too busy to call us up? Is that what you're saying? Too much of a rock star? He wrote that Hello Kitty song.
What Hello Kitty song?
That one that Avril did.
Don't talk about our Lord and
Savior. Yeah, but he corrupted her.
Sorry, what Hello Kitty song?
The Hello Kitty one.
You can't just keep saying it.
Yeah, well, I definitely get. I was about to check on the iPad, which is recording this episode. That's how much I'm talking to you and not thinking about what we're doing.
Okay, hold on now.
Yeah, you got it.
Hello Kitty is a song by Canadian singer-songwriter Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Taken from her.
Go on.
Taken from her self-titled 5th studio album, Avril Lavigne.
Cool, makes sense.
The song was released as a Japan. What does it?
Japan. Where was that?
Japan only 4th single. It was written by Lavigne, Chad Kroger, David Hodges, who might I add at one point was in Evanescence.
This is an all-star cast.
Yeah.
The cinematic crossover you've been waiting for.
The song was influenced by her obsession with all things related to the Japanese brand Hello Kitty and has some sexual content. God damn it, Avril.
The thing is as well, like the Retsuko, Agaretsuko, yeah, Hello Kitty, and the cute little egg guy, and like the Hello Kitty brand's so innocent and so sweet. Why?
Be gross about it.
Yeah, like.
How did we get here? Oh yeah, Nickelback.
But like, come on, even like some things are sacred. Chad did this, and what I'm saying is, that's the problem, right there.
I mean, maybe.
You know what we did just there though?
What?
That was some of that fact checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said we were going to talk about it because we do need to talk about it because
yes, we do, don't we, Michael?
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna let you do this whole piece, and then I will respond. You can accuse, and I will respond, and then I'll be like objection, and it will be really funny. So
you're the one who needs to apologise.
Okay, you tell me. You tell everyone what I done fucked up.
All right. A little while ago on this show, my good friend here made some false accusations about about the American rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer better known as T-Pain.
Which is Tallahassee Pain, you mean? My friend Tallahassee Pain.
His real name's Fahim Rashid Najim, so no.
Find out what T-Pain stands for. Fact check. This is what this is all about.
Just T-Pain. You can't just make stuff up again.
It's just...
Also known as Teddy Vassetti, so not Tallahassee.
I mean, it is definitely Tallahassee.
No, it's
Pain.
not. He's just from... Okay. His
stage... Sorry, one more time?
Okay, his stage name is short for Tallahassee Pain. Okay, fair enough.
Cool.
So a few weeks ago, good buddy Mikey here made the rude accusation that T-Pain couldn't sing.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
That's not what I said. What I said was that he had said, when asked why he used auto-tune, he said, and again, I can't use the exact phrase, but...
Because it doesn't exist, because you made it up.
He said, because I can't sing. As a being funny. Now, the problem is, I thought I was going to come in here with, like, guns blazing, like, and here's the soundbite, but can't fucking find it.
Because it doesn't exist.
But what's worse is, oh no, I've forgotten his name. Lil Yachty, last year on his Twitter, when asked the same question, gave a similar response, except he said, because I can't sing, bitch. But that was from last year, and I was aware of this quote from a while ago, so I don't know if he was referencing T-Pain or whether or not time travel hadn't been invented at the time, just like a Looper reference or something. But at any rate, like, I am aware, and I'm sure everyone is aware, that Mr. Payne has the voice of an angel, because like a few years ago, in fact I can tell you, in 2014,
Let's fact check back as well, seeing as you're just making things up today.
there was that like tiny desk session where he did his like little...
It was a tiny desk session.
Yeah, see, at NPR, mate, I know stuff. And everyone saw it, and it was the kind of thing that, you know, your BuzzFeeds and your Lad Bibles and your like Facebook journalists are like, oh my god, we have some content today. So it was everywhere, and we all saw it, and it was amazing. And it like he has the voice of an angel, and he has said many times on record that he liked the metallic sound that the autotune gave him. But the point I was making at the time was about the fact that the technology's there now, and anyone can do what they want to do.
Especially when they're a really good singer already.
Yeah, if you're already fantastic and have connections and live in the Hollywood Hills, then you can do whatever you want.
Accurate.
But in the scenario, so I basically said about the fact that I wanted to be in a band, but I couldn't sing. I can shout. If you couldn't sing and you wanted to make like music, you could auto-tune it, and there is a market for that. And if you can't rap, you can just mumble. So many options. But yeah, I apologise if anyone thought that I was saying that Tallahassee was incapable of making beautiful sounds with his mouth. That is not true. I would like to make sure everyone knows that T-Pain can sing, and if you search
But
T-Pain...
you said he couldn't.
No, I said that he said that he could.
Nah, you said he couldn't.
No, hit that playback. I want that playback, and as I'm editing this, I can put in that playback. Here's the playback. When asked why he uses the auto-tune, the vocoder, is it vocoder that he uses, or
Some kind of auto-tune.
melodyning, product naming?
I don't think it is melody. I think it's I don't know. It's more like auto-tune than it is pitch correction.
Okay. Thanks, bro. It's good to have you. This is my point. I don't know music stuff. But when he was asked, he was just like, because I can't sing. It's like a really long pause in real life there for the playback.
Yeah.
But we played it back. How right was I, right?
Shit, dude. You got him.
You know what that just reminded me of? How right was I? Reminds me of... This
How
is
You
how...
Remind Me.
Yeah, not that. How wrong was I?
How wrong was I?
Yeah. Is that the name of... It worked out wrong. It worked out wrong. This
Fate of a Stranger, yeah.
That, like, there's one thing I was thinking about with the podcast. There's something that we can do with this sort of thing that doesn't normally get to happen. Is there's bands that are bigger in their local scene, and if it's like a decade later, other people won't know the songs that we've grown up with. So now I can say things like, do yourself a favour, please, dear listener, and Google, YouTube, just look up Fate of a Stranger, How Wrong Was I? As an amazing song that if you weren't in Bedfordshire or you weren't in the like live music scene like nearly a decade ago, then you will have missed, and that's no good because it's a fucking great song. Yeah. I just segued way out of my apology. That's the way to do it. Yeah,
nice,
just like...
You Kevin Spacey'd it.
Yeah, no. The quote that like the first person to find the wrong time to come out.
Wow. Fire his PR team.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about this, but did you see the fact that the case, or one of the cases in the cluster of cases, got dropped?
No.
That happened. I'm not sure if it was one case or two cases. It's not everything, but it was the case insufficient evidence, and one of the pieces of evidence was a phone, and the phone had some of the text deleted by someone, and it was effectively inadmissible. So Spacey's doing is like, yep, and it's difficult because obviously we don't know what's happened, and I'm not gonna make any calls on here at all. Mostly because you can get sued for that shit. Yeah, like for real. But one thing I'm not sure if everyone has seen is straight after the allegations. Did you see the talk with? I've forgotten the main character name from House of Cards.
Frank
Frank, yes.
Underwood.
Talk with Frank. Or let me be Frank.
Bro.
Yeah, like the actual worst thing. If if you have a couple of minutes, I've given you a really good positive recommendation now. Here's a really negative one. If you search for a Talk with Frank, it's Kevin Spacey immediately after House of Cards. Spoilers, but when people do bad things, they don't get to stay in their TV shows anymore. But immediately after that, and allegations were out, and obviously other brand deals and things had fallen through, he recorded this clip of him in character as the main character from House of Cards, Frank Underwood, basically saying that these allegations can't be true, and they just want to separate us. And watch it, is terrible. If you want a masterclass in how not to handle these sorts of situations, it's something else. There you go, positive recommendation, really, really negative recommendation.
Yeah.
To go with last week with Snowpiercer, and not that I've forgotten the name of your film, but resell it anyway.
Juliet Naked.
I'll be Googling that later. Right, just before we get on to anything else, fact checking. There was my brain's still on Nickelback. The T-Pain thing. I was sort of like, when you were like, dude, we're getting called the fuck out, I was a bit like, why though? And I listened back to a couple of bits and pieces, and there's been things that I've said that have just been fucking wrong. Like very specifically, I heard me mutter my way through trying to explain the Fibonacci sequence, which is a very basic thing. Golden ratio is just the two numbers before in the sequence is what, like, two numbers added up becomes the next number. So if you say 0 and 1, the next one will be 1, and then after that will be 1 add 1 2, there'll be 1 add 2 3. So 0 1 1 2 3 5 8, what's after that, 13 21, etc, etc, etc. But I fumbled it. Like I was saying it. I was sort of like 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 1. You could just hear me just fall into pieces on the podcast, and I'm amazed that no one has called us out. And then I realised there's not actually that many mechanisms for calling us out, and I had not intended to do this this way, but it's now feels like a perfect segue to talk about some improvements we've been making around here. Hey John, you get anything new recently, mate?
Yeah, I think I might have done.
Yeah?
Actually.
You get anything cool? Anything? Yeah? It's more Foley effects?
So, in my hand, I'm holding a little card.
You are?
With some words on it.
Yeah, it says, I was going to make like a prostitute joke, and I couldn't think of the content quick enough. And
Also, it's disgusting. There are families that listen to this.
Yeah?
Yeah, grow up, Michael.
Everyone needs services.
Fuck.
Servicing, I suppose. What you got, John? Let's segue out of my segue from the segue, because the first segue was good. I've never owned a segue, but I bet they're rad.
Sponsor. So you can now reach out to us. We have a lot of opinions on the show, and then you guys have been very, very kind to us with your feedback, but we want to give you guys a bigger kind of platform, an easier way to get in touch. So you can now hit us up on shout@animuspodcast.com. That is...
No, am I doing the voice now?
Do the voice.
This autumn, you can shout at animuspodcast.com by emailing shout@animuspodcast.com.
There we go.
Thanks. The whole podcast was just an opportunity for me to do that. Thank you so much.
Hollywood directors hit this man up for voiceovers. But yeah, if we say anything you disagree with, if you think the show is garbage, if you like the show, if you think there's movies or comic books or books or games you think we should check
It's just
out,
stuff you got to see.
shout loudly, get in touch, let's talk.
Yeah. This is cool. It's gone from, hey, let's do a podcast, to, hey, we have a website and an email address now. Okay, cool. We've still got the if you want to talk to us, you want to send in an audio clip, you can do that as well. The Anchor. So we got
Anchor.fm.
Anchor.fm/Animus. Animus. It's just Animus.
Yeah, you were going to say .com, weren't you?
Yeah, no. Animus. Anchor.fm/Animus. You can send in audio clips, and if you want to email us, it's shout@animuspodcast.com.
Let's talk.
Let's talk. Isn't that nice?
It is nice.
I'm really into this. Intro, courtesy of Rob. Email, courtesy of the internet. We're like...
grown-ups.
Yeah. Going up in the world. This is great. So again, if you have any issues, you email us. And if you like it, you leave the review. That's how it works, right?
That's good, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, if you have any issues, obviously don't write a review. That's not the platform for that. Obviously, glad we understand each other.
Email us quietly and away from public
Yeah,
eyes.
we'll have a discussion. We'll have a settlement away from... and by settlement, I mean... like you ain't getting shit, but that's thanks for listening though. Right, what else did you want to talk about this week, my dude?
What have you been up to? What have you been doing?
You're
like the nerdiest person I know. How are you not screaming about some fucking giant robot?
I have... Well, okay, so is there any giant robot stuff this week? I don't think I've got any giant robot stuff this week. We do need to talk about
your trainers.
Oh my god, my trainers are so great. Like, okay, I'm going to ask you a question because I can't ask the audience directly. Where would you put that fresh crepes feeling? Like, what if for you, what is the experience of buying new trainers? Is it just buying new trainers or is it something else?
Yeah, I'm not that guy.
No?
I am. Oh no, there's a hole in my shoes. Better buy some new shoes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not a... Oh man, it's payday, or I'm going out to the club with the boys.
Uh-huh.
Better buy some fresh kicks. No, I've never actively gone out of my way to buy trainers, unless, my feet were touching the ground.
That seems like a really good time to get trainers, though.
Yeah, I actually, for someone who doesn't care about shoes, I do own a lot of trainers. I think I own... I'm not going to talk about how many pairs I own, but it's because I use them a lot.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't? They're shoes.
Yeah, but you live an active lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, new shoes are nice, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not like a thing.
Nah, it's not like a thing.
So I feel like, for me personally, in terms of pick me up, it's nothing like fresh crepes. Like buying a new pair of trainers for me is like when I feel like I need a absolute jump start. Like I'm having a fucking terrible week. There's no way of getting out of this pit. I can just go trainers. And like I don't buy trainers very often, but when I do, I try and get just trainers that make me like excited to own them. 150,000 years ago, I did a few videos on the internet. And I had like a little segment, which was a gag, and people didn't realise it was a gag, was Mikey's trainer review. Because I was like, I've got some cool new trainers. How do I show people? I know. And people were like, oh yeah, that's like a really... And I was like, no. I love fresh crepes. And if you'd like to check out my fresh crepes, they're the New Balance. I know New Balance are basically like orthopedic shoes. Just don't, okay? New Balance M1530 KPT.
How do you know that?
Well, you know when like... So like...
No, firstly.
Okay, but like... we're in a band, just for anyone who doesn't know, we're in a band with people who know car stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when they say car stuff, and they're like, dude, the rear diff is different on the 2019 model because of the thing. No fucking idea. Like, that's the kind of useless information. I can rattle off like characters from anime from 10 years ago, but like if I have to remember like really important stuff for work, that's hit and miss. Like I think that's the way it works. I tried to learn Japanese, I got like 10 words in, but if you ask me like, hey, you know that anime that only got 5 episodes and cancelled, like in the 3rd episode there was a background character, do you remember his name? I might have you there. But if you're like, hey, Mikey, how do you ask for like how much something is in Japanese? I'll be like, Kore.
Google it.
Let me ask Siri real quick. Yeah, I got some fresh crepes.
Cool. But you weren't talking about the fresh crepes.
No, you got me started. I was like, yes.
Yeah, what were you talking about?
I was talking about... I'm going to talk about Demon Slayer. Okay, so that sounds like... If I say there's an anime, it's called Demon Slayer.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Sounds aggressive.
Yeah, is that the kind of vibe you get? What, like, if you had to guess, Demon Slayer, does it sound gritty? Does it sound
like
bubbly?
Someone made Doom into a show.
Yeah. So that's...
It's like a family-friendly show about cooking.
Well, no, it's like it's a little bit gory, and there's some like demons getting slayed and stuff. But besides that, it's like, I was gonna say rather wholesome. It starts. I'm gonna give you the very, very, like, spoilers for the first episode. Dude goes off to sell some stuff in town, helps out everyone in town, comes back, family's dead, everyone's been killed, except for his sister, who's been turned into a demon. Oh, yay! But the brother sister thing is like really sweet and really wholesome, and he just wants to protect his sister and stuff. And there's demons, and there's just, it's a kind of show that the premise sounds kind of weak. It's just like, okay, he goes off and slays some demons. Also,
is that like a film about a train in the snow?
Yeah, so it's good, like the film about the train in the snow. But like, I'd say it's the opposite of Snowpiercer in the fact that the premise itself is pretty light and it doesn't sound very enticing. Like if I say, hey, some demons are getting slayed, you're like, okay, cool. Whereas with Snowpiercer, again, there's the opportunity for so many layers. I feel like Snowpiercer didn't come through, whereas Demon Slayer actually does really well at like raising quite small moral questions and building up really massive hype. Like, to give you context of that hype, when you think about things that trend on Twitter, you think about, I assume, big presidential things, like
usually politics, something that's happened on the telly, usually a death because the internet's a horrible place.
Yeah.
And then whatever kind of album or single is out that week, usually.
Yeah.
I'd say that's pretty much like standard.
Yeah. So there is a moment, I think in episode 20 of Demon Slayer, where things get fucking hype. Like, it's been building to this big thing. Well, it's kind of been building to this big thing. It's the case that emotionally you've been more and more invested in these characters, and there's just the adversity starts dialing up. This isn't even like the big win. This isn't the thing that the show's gearing towards, but there is some conflict. And that some conflict, the score, the animation, the emotional investment everyone had, it was just a crescendo. It was just fucking huge. It was trending on Twitter.
What?
Anime was trending on Twitter. And that in itself is fucking mad. But also, Demon Slayer is only available in Japanese sub. And that's a bar for entry that some people don't want to go over. But for a show that is in Japanese, that is not one of the, like, it's not One Piece, it's not Pokemon, it's not Dragon Ball, it's not one of those anime that people have, like, everyone's heard of. It's not one of the huge ones. It's a new show. It's a seasonal anime to be trending on Twitter, which is fucking mind-blowing. And it's just really good. And again, it's just the emotional investment and the payoff made me do that thing that I love doing.
Cry.
Where, yeah, I did a cry. I don't know if that's normal. I've had different conversations with different people who have...
I didn't expect you to say crying.
No, genuinely, I did a cry. Like, when I get super excited about something, like, it's usually anime that does it, but if something is, like, overwhelmingly rad, my eyes will just start leaking. I will have no control over it. It won't even be like, it's not like an ugly cry. It won't be the case that I'm, like, sobbing or weeping. Water will just be leaving the vicinity of my body, and I fucking love that. I will invest hours and hours and hours into something for the opportunity to have a little cry. Is that normal? Is that something that you have? Is that a thing?
Yeah, but maybe I'm just highly strung.
Yeah. But do you get excited?
Yeah, no, completely. Like, when something really nice happens, like that film I was telling you about. I got the little sting in your nose where you're like, oh, something's down my eyes. Yeah. And again, it wasn't some lovey-dovey kind of ending. It wasn't particularly romantic. It was just kind of made you feel, just hit you in the feels.
Yeah.
And I wish more things would do that, because
yeah,
it's nice every summer to see the superheroes and Dwayne Johnson smashing a car through a dinosaur or saving the world from
dinosaurs. Yeah.
Just trying to think, what scenario hasn't Dwayne Johnson saved the fucking world from?
Lots and lots of water. bad guys happening.
The Jungle.
The Jungle happened. Sometimes people are bad in cars. That's
those films are great, but it is nice when you get hit in the feels. I also have another film to talk about.
Do you?
I do. It's called A Million Little Pieces, and I went to see it in the cinema, and it's kind of like an indie film, and it stars Aaron Taylor-Johnson, who played Kick-Ass and also Quicksilver.
Yeah. I like the fact that for like frames, my expectation of the people who are likely to be listening, like, so in the superhero films they're this, and in the art house films they do other stuff.
Yeah. Basically, it's based on a book that was a semi-autobiographical novel.
Okay.
So it was put out as an autobiography, and then I think later down the line it was some embellishments perhaps were revealed, some extensions on the truth, as it were.
So it's Tropic Thunder then?
Yeah. Either way, yeah. Basically, it's based on a book about a guy who was kind of at rock bottom and just was an absolute mess and just couldn't get his life together. And he ends up in rehab, and it's kind of his story of sort of recovery. And it was so good.
Yeah.
It was a completely different audience as well, like in the cinema. Like, I'm used to going in and seeing like young people and families, and it was just, we were like the youngest people in there.
Yeah.
It was actual grown-ups, and it was an awesome film. It was definitely not suitable for work, definitely not suitable for families. It was gritty as fuck and it was heavy as fuck. But if you're in the market for kind of 90 minutes of just feels and just kind of looking inward, as it were. I love a bit of looking inwards. Yeah, it's really good. Aaron Taylor-Johnson is an amazing actor, like a ridiculous actor. It's got a stupid good cast. There's a lot of dick in it.
Yeah? How much dick is it?
So much.
Specifically Aaron Taylor-Johnson's dick? Yeah, he's Johnson. He's Aaron
Taylor-Johnson. Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Yeah. That's probably like 50% of the reason I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
But no, it's a very, very good film. I guess, I don't know, maybe the summer blockbuster thing just overloaded my head with like 30 Dwayne Johnson films, and then all of the kind of back and forth between DC and Marvel for the last like few years, where it's been like, we'll put a film out, you'll put a film out, we'll put a film out, we'll put 3 films out, we'll put a series out.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just kind of, it's nice to go to the cinema and just actually experience something rather than just crash bang. Here's an entire building in New York, an entire like street block being crumbled by an alien or something.
Yeah. It's interesting actually, because I was sort of thinking about, again, that crying feeling, and the fact that I feel like I'm constantly like chasing after just feeling something. Like, that's what I want from my entertainment, is I want it to make me feel some stuff.
Yeah.
And like the Michael Bay Transformer films, I feel like is a really great example of like, here's all the money and everything looks great. It has absolutely no heart to it. Hope you enjoy. And it started off and we were like, yeah, stop blowing up. And as time went on, it's just like, the reasons that stuff is blowing up is getting, like, the plot's wearing a little bit thin now. Okay, cool. Who are these characters? What are their names? Why would, like, even when Shia LaBeouf was the lead, it was like in the first couple, it was like, okay, there's some character relation building going on. I mean, like, I'm saying some, it was fucking
minimal,
wafer thin, but it was something. But as time's gone on, that heart hasn't been there. I feel like that's the big difference between like the quality of something. It's not the budget, it's how much you emotionally invest. Like the MCU, obviously the money's great, the money's like wonderful, and it means that everything can be spectacular, but the bits that you walk away from and remember aren't the, oh my god, wasn't the CG on this and this like one scene amazing? It was, how did these character interactions build to this, again, crescendo? Like, I did a little cry in Endgame, but I don't think I did a cry in the bits that people expect me to cry in. I cried when things were exciting, and I think actually even in the like sadder points, I feel like they actually, oh god, this is a whole episode all of its own, but I feel like it didn't emotionally hit the mark for me when sad things happened. But when exciting things happened, oh boy, was I invested. There's so many like things that we say that we're going to come back to. We're going to have a comeback to season, I think, at some point.
Work our way back through the segues.
Yeah. Like, if we ever run out of content, we'll just go back and be like, okay, we said we were going to talk about this, and in episode 4 we said we were going to talk about this. But I think we've come to the end of another episode.
I think so.
That's mad.
Yeah. A lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the kind words.
Yeah, y'all have been real nice.
Yeah.
Like scary
weirdly
nice. Yeah. We'll talk about that at the start of the next episode.
Yeah.
That everyone's been really kind to us.
Suspicious.
Very, very. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you next week. You take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.